Today, we're schmoozing with the fabulous Sydney Silverman. She's the chicest girl on your For You page.
My office was like bars and restaurants and liquor stores and hotels. Then it got to the point where it was 2 full-time jobs, put on the events and then also be like invited to them. All right, 3 months, that's it. You know, you never know how everyone's gonna react when you do go do it full-time.
How did that come to be? Like, Dillards.
Alex Dillards, who runs it, she's, you know, obviously Dillards. She is like the most amazing person in the entire world. I'm obsessed with her. Colors, fabrics, styles, like this is your vision.
Is there anything in the collection that, like an item they were deciding that you couldn't decide if we should keep it or not?
Yeah. He like walks up to me and he literally was like, you have the best energy. Like, who are you?
I love though how you were set on like, I love New York and I love my life.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I'm not gonna move immediately.
Year 1, people are like, okay, you're fine. You're long distance for a year. I feel like by year 2 and 3, everyone's like, you're crazy. I feel like in my early 20s when I moved to New York, I was very much of a yes girl. I really wanted to like take every opportunity that New York could give me.
New York or LA? Pio Pio or Taco Bell?
Oh my God, it's so hard.
Welcome back to Schmoozing with Span, the podcast where we talk all things niche, nosh, and New York with just a little bit of chutzpah. Today, we're schmoozing with the fabulous Sydney Silverman. She's the chicest girl on your For You page. She's the girl you see at New York Fashion Week and then somehow straight to Taco Bell after. The girl who put Pio Pio on your FYP.
Oh
Launched the iconic Dillards collab in her signature zebra coat and is always bringing the best fashion advice we love to see alongside her iconic mom. Sydney, welcome to the pod. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here in all the crazy New York Fashion Week chaos.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
A little tired, but I love it. I miss New York, so I'm excited to be here. And when I'm here, I'm like, I want to do everything, see everyone, go everywhere. And yeah, I've definitely done that.
And then when you get back, are you like in hibernation?
Yeah,
like
I'm
20
like,
hours?
nobody talk to me for the next like week, and then I'll be good after that.
Yeah. Some context how we met. So,
Yeah.
my friend, we actually, well, I'm so happy you came on. So
Yeah.
honored. Thanks so
Oh
much.
my God, I am.
But honestly, like, so we met because my friend Allie owns a swimwear brand. Shout out Soiree Miami
Yes,
Beach.
the best.
And she hosted her first like influencer brand trip in May. And we were at Othership. Have you been to Othership before?
No, I don't think so.
It's like a sauna cold plunge place. It's like crazy.
Oh, I definitely need to go.
And they have like these crazy events they do.
Really?
Yeah, they like even sometimes bring in a DJ inside of them.
Love.
It's crazy.
I'll be there.
So we were at Othership and she was like, oh, I'm like having an influencer brand trip to the Hamptons, blah, blah, blah. She's asking me like, do you know these influencers? Like, obviously.
Yeah.
And then she's like, do you want to just come? And like, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? She's like, you can be the entertainment. I'm like, okay, sure. Just come and entertain. I'm like, okay. So we went and it literally rained the whole time, which was crazy.
I
It
know.
was
I felt so
cold.
bad for like a swimwear brand, but honestly, we had so much fun and we made the most of it. And we like wore the bikinis inside and the cover up, so it worked out. But
Yeah.
it's definitely a different.
But it was really fun. And I met Sydney through that. And honestly, like you literally, and I feel like during that time, I was like navigating, didn't have the podcast. I was navigating like what I want to do in my career. And I feel like we had just met, but you have the best energy. Like you're so
Thank
sweet
you.
and thoughtful
Appreciate
and
it.
like honestly gave me good advice. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now we're here.
Now we're here. Now we're on the pod.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have a concept.
I was like, you have to do it. I was like, do it. So now I'm glad we're finally making it full circle.
Yeah. But let's talk about, so maybe we'll dive into New York Fashion Week, but let's do some context. So you're originally from
Yes.
Boca, right?
So I'm originally from Boca, and then I moved to New York right after college.
Mm-hmm.
And I was here for around 5 years. I met my boyfriend. We did long distance between New York and LA. He was always LA. I was always here. So we met long distance and then moved to LA now like 2.5 years ago. So yeah, now I'm in LA, but I miss New York and I love being here.
Is your boyfriend originally from LA?
No, he's from like Lake Tahoe, Reno area. So, but he's been in LA for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you identify? Like where feels like home now to you? Everywhere, kind of?
Like, honestly, I feel like a really good mix of Florida, New York, California, Colorado. Because I feel like those are like the 4 places that I spend my time so much. And I feel like whenever I'm at those places, like I either have a family member there or like have a special bond or I physically live there or have lived there in the past. So I feel like those places really are like my home.
Do you feel like now that you've been in LA for 2 years, do you feel like you're you feel like a California girl a little bit? Like what about California has changed you, I guess? Or what do you
Yeah.
identify with
I
then?
feel like I've slowed down a little bit. I feel like
Uh-huh.
when I'm here, I'm just like go, go, go. And
Yeah.
even when I come back and visit, I'm the same way. But I feel like I've like chilled out a little bit, which is like sometimes I like, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, I kind of miss the chaos of it. But I feel like it just gives you a little bit more time to like have a peaceful life,
Yeah.
which I like, but then I miss New York.
Yeah. Did they still live in Florida?
Yeah, they're in there and then they spend their summers in Colorado. So I pretty much have
Nice.
grown up in Colorado too. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So you're kind of everywhere. But let's say you had 24 hours to be in New York. What are
Yeah.
your spots? Like, where do you have to go?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I was at Bond Street last night, which I feel like I haven't been to in a while, which is really, really good. I love that. We went to Chez Margot, and I feel like that wasn't there when I was here, but I feel like every time that I visit, that's like always where we go because all my friends love to go there, which is really fun. I love American Bar. I love Zzz's. I feel like just like all the good spots. I mean, Corner Store is amazing, but like so hard to get in. But
What about coffee? Where do you go for coffee?
coffee, oh my gosh, where did I used to go? I have a Mom on coffee right now, which is really good, like the salted
Yeah.
tahini one, which I really love. I really love Blank Street too. I feel like I mean there's so many in New York, but I love getting it.
Yeah. Um, so you're here for New York Fashion Week.
Yes.
What is that like? Like on a day to day, what does that look like?
Yeah, it's like pure chaos, honestly. It's for me, it's like planning everything to a T. Like I think I spent a full week just in my notes app of like logistically of like where I have to be slash want to be and where that location is and what I'm wearing to it and how I'm gonna change in between it. So I feel like there's like an art to it of like once you get super, super organized, which like I'm so type A in that way. So it's like a bunch of outfit changes, a bunch of different like shows and events and meetings and presentations. And also there's just like so many people that I love here that I'm like trying to see too. So it's like a big balance. And then once I'm done with it at the end of the day, like also enjoying myself because, we have to make a little bit of fun out of it.
So how does that come to life? Like, is there any shows where you're like, oh, I really want to go? And do you ever outreach to them or is it mostly all like inbound?
Yeah, it's like a combination of both. I feel like it's a lot of the relationships that I've built in the past and or have gone to the shows in the past and kind of like a continuing like relationship of that. And there's definitely always years that it's like, all right, this is like a goal show that I want to go to or like I would love to go to this, but it really just depends. Like every season's so different of like how they're operating and capacity and location. So it really is different every fashion week, but I feel like I've been so lucky to like go to the things that I have, which has been so fun. And every time I'm there, I'm like, this is so crazy.
When you go to a show, right, a lot of the times they'll style you or give you a
Yeah.
piece, but do you get
Yeah.
to keep it after? How does that work?
So honestly, with the New York Fashion Week, I would say most of the times it's just like a pull. So you'll
Yeah.
like go to the showroom, try it on, and then return it, which is honestly great. So it's like I have one less thing to think about. But yeah, I mean, they do gift you sometimes, but I would say majority of it, you're just borrowing it, doing a really cool look. But then you could go a little bit more fun with it because it's like, all right, you have one day to do it. Like, let's go all out.
No, I love that. And you're at these events. How do you balance like that feeling of like having fun, but also viewing it as like a work event and like
Yeah.
networking too? Or is it kind of just come natural to you, the
Yeah,
networking
I
element of
feel like
it?
it comes pretty natural. I kind of view this whole thing as like this is such a dream job. Like it really wasn't ever my intention to be doing this. So I'm like, let's have so much fun while we're doing it. And I feel like the networking and like building the connections just kind of comes easy in a way because it's like, I've also met such amazing other creators in this space that have generally become like some of my closest friends. So it's been great. I feel like it's just a natural progression that really happened. Like it's just like so crazy that I'm still even like doing this.
Yeah, so let's go back.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what you did. So you went to Indiana, right?
I went to Indiana.
Another state on your list.
And literally shout out to us.
So you went there and when you were in college, what did you think you were going to do post grad?
I studied media advertising. So I was always really interested in like the space, but I definitely wanted to do like marketing or like PR or something in that world. So I kind of knew that, but like never thought that I would kind of be on the other side of it. I started in the liquor industry actually. It was an internship that transitioned to a full-time job and it was like the most amazing job ever. I started with sales and events in New York. So I was like bouncing around like post college. It was so, so fun. And then when I moved to LA, I was the director of events. So I did full events, and the events are like so crazy and just like never ending. And there's so much that go into it. So I feel like that also kind of helped me in this world too, of just like being super organized and having like that past experience of like a job and like having to be on time and emails and just like having a really good structure.
Can you explain like what liquor sales looks like? Because I feel like people don't understand almost.
It is a very interesting world. It's like pretty much like I didn't have an office here. My office was like bars and restaurants and liquor stores and hotels, which sounds like crazy, but it really was so fun. It also made me really like learn the city and like learn where I like to go and build a lot of relationships. I feel like at the end of the day, sales in general, but specifically just liquor sales is relationships. So I kind of feel like that's where I also thrive. Like I loved the sales aspect of everything. I loved like meeting new people and learning about them or the place and how we could get involved. So I guess I could kind of transfer over to what I'm doing now a little bit.
So you were at the same company from your internship throughout New York,
Yeah.
and then you moved with them to LA
Yeah.
as a director of events.
Yeah.
So let's talk about once you get to LA and you're director of events there, what does that kind of look and feel like? Like
Yes.
are you influencing at that time?
So, yes. So pretty much how I first started is I literally like loved watching people unbox things. And there's one time I like went on vacation, I bought a bunch of stuff, like no PR, anything, like purely just like me having a shopping problem. And I came back and I was like, oh, just like film this and like post it of like an unboxing. It like kind of went viral and I was like, okay, like maybe we have something. But again, like, I don't know. I was like, I'm never gonna talk to the camera. It's never gonna be a thing. Like, so quote unquote, like cringe, even though, it's not. Everyone should be able to talk to the camera. But at the time it's like, you
Yeah.
go through all those emotions. And then I was generally just like getting dressed to go to work and meetings and events that I had to help out with. And I would just show my outfit. Like I always loved um like dressing up and just like shopping. So it was kind of doing both for a while, and then it did start to kind of pick up. At first it was just like, oh, I was getting gifted things and I was like, this is unreal. I was like, this is amazing. I don't have to buy things, like so cool. And then eventually kind of realized like, oh, okay, you could get paid to also do this. I was like, that's also crazy. So then it kind of like just was a natural progression, but it kept kind of ramping up more. And especially when I moved to LA too. And I feel like then it got to the point where it was two full-time jobs. And like that was super hard just because, the priority needs to be your 9 to 5. And I also would just like come home and then do like hours of work and film things on the weekends or film things before I leave for work. And I like am so happy that now I could just focus on one. But for a really, really long time, it was the both, and it was really hard. And then it'd be funny too because I would like put on the events and then also be like invited to them. So I was like, I feel like we gotta pick a field, and I am so lucky that it ended up working out. But even when I decided to step away, like my full mentality was like, I'm gonna try this for 3 months, and if it works out, great. And if I like genuinely feel fulfilled and am like busy, like I was like, I had so much on my plate doing both. So I was kind of nervous that it would be like, oh, well, maybe I don't have enough to do in my day or any of that. And so I was like, all right, 3 months, that's it. And then like, if not, like go get another job and like go figure it out or go consult for brands. And then I just really noticed like putting your full energy into one thing, it really does pay off.
So you kind of give yourself that 3 month timeline. Like if
Yeah.
I give it my 100% for 3 months, then if not, I'll go back to the liquor
Yeah.
industry. Was that your mindset?
Yeah. It was like I wanted to also in those 3 months feel fulfilled because I was always like curious of like what it would be like, but I was like, maybe I'll have the full time thing and still not feel like excited about it. And like, then that's okay. Like, I'll go back and, figure out what's my next steps.
And what does that look like giving it your 100%? Because I think some people, people
Yeah.
think that the industry is just, oh, I take a picture and then I post, but it's really not like that.
Yeah.
Like you're,
It's
there's a lot of
yeah.
I feel like you're particularly though, like very strategic. And
Yeah. It's so
so
funny. I'm actually not. I'm
really,
trying to be better about it. I really am just like posting my thoughts and feelings and like everything. I love that it comes across as strategic, but I'm I'm actually trying to be better. And I guess maybe it's working, so maybe it doesn't matter. But it's really just of like whatever I'm doing, really. So it's like if I'm going to an event, like I'll take a photo and we'll post about it, or if like I want to talk about like my new hair care routine or skincare routine or makeup routine, like I'll just kind of do it in the moment.
Yeah. And more just like a feeling of what you wanted to feel like that this is fulfilling within the 3 months.
Yeah, I
Because your
think
community
so.
seems like it came like you've like a very loyal
Yeah,
community.
definitely. And like I was scared too because, you never know how everyone's going to react when you do go do it full
Yeah.
time. So like that was very scary to me because I was like, "Oh no, like what if people just kind of liked me because I was like going to the office and like showing the office and like all of that." But I was lucky that, my audience was very accepting of me doing this full time. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it really was just a feeling and I actually was busier than I ever have been, which was also crazy. So I was like, okay, I don't think I have the capacity to actually even go and do something else.
That's probably because you were able to accept more opportunities, be more open to
Yeah,
opportunities than you even thought possible.
definitely. And just being able to be on your own schedule was really
Yeah.
huge. I think a lot of opportunities in the past I couldn't do just because I had to be in office or I had an event or something. So I definitely had to like decline a lot of things. So I
Yeah.
think once that opened up, I think that definitely really helped.
That's the main thing that you take from your previous experience that you apply to influencing now.
I think like organization and like hard work in, I guess, a weird way. I think a lot about this is like you don't have a boss telling you like do better or like you need to do this or like you don't have anyone being like you have to wake up on this time or like you should go to bed now or like this is, you have deadlines of course, but it's really on you to be like your biggest critique in a way too.
Mhm.
So it really is just like the following up, the follow through, the organization, the like you know, you could go weeks and months without doing anything. Like, there's no one to tell you to like get up and post and get up and, go to the event that maybe you don't want to or it's far away or, there's so many excuses that you could come up with in your head to not do things. So I think just like being your own boss and like really creating even like a schedule in your head or just like figuring out like what works best for you.
So now you've expanded though. I would love if you could talk about like now you have a team. What does that look
Yeah.
like? And when did you decide like, oh, I need
Yeah.
management? Like what did
It's
that look
so
like?
fun. I feel like everyone's experience is different.
Yeah.
For me, because I had the full-time job, I actually wanted management early because I physically couldn't be able to do it all myself. Like there really wasn't enough hours in the day, even post work and weekends to like feel like a normal human being. So I had a management pretty early on. Now I've like extended and I have like an agent and a manager and it's like such a fun situation. Like I feel like I have such good people behind me and like everyone really cares and everyone has such good ideas and it just makes my life so much easier. So I think everyone's like management or if you're thinking about one is different. Like if you have a full-time job, should I get one? I think just for me specifically, it was just like the emails and the all the logistics behind it. Like I just couldn't do myself.
What's the difference between an agent and a management company?
I'm like very new to this
Yeah.
too. So I like just brought an agent on recently and they're the best. I love them. But pretty much like they're responsible for negotiating my deals and pitching, where then my management will kind of come over and take over that deal and kind of just be like the logistics of everything and making sure like it's aligned and they're more strategy as well. So I think both of them together and they work really well together has been like a really fun and like positive situation. But I know like manage it's such a tricky like world honestly with like the managements and agents like there's so many and it's so hard to like navigate that whole world.
Yeah. And finding somebody that like really aligns with like your
Yeah.
goals and brands.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could dive into that. Like, so how does, for example, you're saying sometimes the agents will pitch you, but how do like
Mhm.
your bigger collaborations come to life? Obviously, the Dillards collab was
Yeah.
huge and
So fun.
crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe we could talk like more about how did that come to be, like Dillard's
Yeah.
collab?
That one was actually really crazy. So, Alex Dillards, who runs it, she's, obviously Dillards. She is like the most amazing person in the entire world. I'm obsessed with her. But she literally came in my DMs and was just like, I love your style. Like, you're great. We should do something together. And then literally got on the phone with her that day. And then the next day got on with the whole team and was just like, let's do a collaboration. And I was like, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me, but absolutely. But that one specifically was just so amazing because it was so hands on. Like, literally day one, they're like, what colors, fabrics, styles? Like, this is your vision. They're like, this is like a Sydney Silverman project. Like, we are there and we're helping, and they're such an amazing team to work with. But it really was them leaning on me to decide like everything, which was so crazy. But I'm so proud of like how it ended up.
How many pieces were in that collection? I feel like
It was like a 30-piece collection, which is also crazy. Like it was so many pieces. It was shoes, clothes, and then a ring watch, which was so fun.
was there anything in the collection that, like an item they were deciding that you couldn't decide if we should keep it or not?
Yeah, actually, it's so funny. There was these blue fuzzy like heels,
Uh,
and I took them off because I was like, maybe they're a little too crazy, like they're a little bit too unique. I was like, I don't know if people would like them. I was like, I really like them, but I don't know. And my mom was the one that literally called me like every day about it, and she was like, you need to put them back on. And I was just like, no, I don't know. And so we actually ended up adding it back onto it, and I named the shoe after her because you had to. But yeah, that one specifically was one. And I'm so glad I did because I actually like they're one of my favorite pieces now.
was that your first time like ever designing something? That was it like so different because every day you're like styling yourself
Yeah.
and like, you're styling your friends even and
Yeah.
other people, but this is like a whole different
It was
experience.
such a different world, and I feel like I learned so much about it. Yeah, it was really my first ever time designing. Pretty much how I approached it was just like, what would I want to wear? And like, what do I feel like is not out there? Or what, like, generally, what pieces do I want to wear? And I was like, hopefully, other people also want to. And I feel like I got a lot of inspiration from like Colorado and New York. So I feel like that kind of was the vibe of the collection, but I'm super proud of it.
And you did your shoot in Colorado, right?
Yeah. I was like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna go to a ranch. We're gonna shoot the whole thing in Colorado. I like had one of my favorite photographers out there. Like it was such a fun day. And also like my family was there. There was like horses. It was great. It was a
Yeah.
long day, but it was so fun.
How would you describe your style?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like it's like classic, but with like a twist, maybe. Like I love like my favorite thing in the world is just like denim. Like I love denim on denim. I love anything denim, and I feel like that's where like the westerny side
Mhm.
of me comes in. Like I love a belt, I love a cowboy hat, like cowboy boots, all of that. But then I also love just feel like a classy outfit, but then maybe we'll add like a fun bag or a fun shoe, so it's like a little bit more exciting.
What brands do you like to get your denim from?
Oh my gosh, so many. I feel like my top ones are maybe like Levi, Still Here. So good. It's like so hard to pick. Like those two maybe are like the top two, but I can't discriminate.
I love Western style too, because like in Austin, that's when I like
Yeah,
started
yeah,
wearing that
yeah.
type of stuff. And now I'm like, ugh, I want to wear my cowboy boots, but I feel like you can't in New York. I mean, you wear
Honestly,
anything
I
here,
did. Yeah.
but it's kind of hard
It's
to
different.
style it in
Yeah,
that case.
definitely.
But there, it's like, oh well, cowboy boots like go with everything.
Oh,
There's no other
yes.
shoe to
No, no,
wear.
no. That's your one shoe.
What about cowboy boots? Where do you like to get those from?
I love Tacovas.
They're so
Yeah,
comfortable.
they're the
It's
best.
scary.
Yeah, they're really great.
No, I love that. So going back though to the Dillards collection for a
Yeah.
second. So what was it like? Like, what is the post sales process? I kind of guess look like. So then once the collection launches, like, how does that work in terms of, I don't know, visibility into it? Like, were you shocked like when you saw the sales? Like, do they give you
Yeah.
visibility into that?
Yeah, they give me like a weekly update really with everything.
Uh-huh.
And then kind of towards the end we like have a meeting and kind of just like go through like what were the top pieces and like how they're kind of just like I guess like categorizing everything. But I was really shocked even with like that zebra coat too. Like obviously I loved it, but I never in a million years expected it to like go as viral as it did. Like
Yes.
I get probably 5 DMs a day of people just being like, please restock it. And I'm like, I know. I was like, these decisions aren't up to me, but it's so crazy. Like, even I was walking in New York and I like
Yeah.
saw someone wear it. And I like went up to them and I was like, oh my God. I was like, hi. I was like, this might be really weird and creepy, but like I designed this and like this is so crazy that you're wearing it. So that's been really, really fun.
You look into 2026, is that something you would want to do again? Like focus on collaborations? Like where do you feel like you truly like really feel so excited when you're in your
Yeah,
career?
honestly, that is a huge part of it. Like, I really loved having a bigger piece of a project. Like, I think I love obviously having like a one-off thing with a brand that I
Yeah.
love, but I think just being able, this Dillards collection took a year, so it was a full year of just like making pretty much like my baby come to life. And so I would love to do a lot more of those. I feel like that's just really exciting for me. And then also too, just kind of getting into more of like hair care, skincare, makeup. Like, I feel like people mainly come to my page for clothing, but I like love all the other things like the travel, the hair. So kind of wanting to do a little bit more of that this
No,
year.
people are coming to your comment section for your hair, I'm telling
I
you.
know. I've like just started to post about it too because I was like, I don't think anyone cares. And then I was
No,
like,
they
oh,
do.
people care.
Yes, so tell us, but how do you make your hair so shiny?
Well, today this is like a bad representation because I had a crazy slick back bun yesterday, so I slept with it wet. And then I've been into like Dysoning my hair and using like hot rollers and leaving them in and doing my makeup. So that's like my new thing of the day, but just like a lot of good products.
Crazy to a year. It's like actually longer than birthday.
No,
Until
it's crazy.
people, I keep saying influencing, and I feel
Yeah.
like some people are like don't like that word.
No,
So you
I don't
think what
care.
word? How when people ask you what you do, like what? How do you describe
I
that?
like mix it up. I say like content creation. I'm on social media, and I honestly probably don't lead with
Yeah,
influencer. But it was just so funny because in the beginning when I first started doing it, I had the hardest time saying that like what I did.
yeah.
Because in my mind I was like, oh, I was like, director of events, like that's so like cool. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I like do social media. I don't know. It took me a really long time to be able to be like confident in it in a weird way. Now I'm like, I don't care. I'm so proud to like say that I do it. But for some reason, it was such a hard switch. Like my friends literally would be like, we're rehearsing this. Like someone would be like, what do you do? And I'd be like, I don't know. I was like marketing for myself. They're like, what?
Don't you do like consulting for brands too?
So I started. I
Yeah.
I not anymore, but when I left my 9 to 5, I
Uh,
started consulting for some brands because again, that like middle area was like a little scary to me. So I was like, okay, I'm not ready to do it 100%. So I was consulting for liquor brands,
yeah.
and just helping them connect to influencers or events, just like really anything they needed. And that was really fun. I really loved doing that. It kind of just came to a point where like they needed someone full time and I could only give them a consultant hours of how many, whatever hours those are.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Going back to your friends, you were saying your
Yeah.
friends kind of give you that push into like, okay, just say what
Yeah.
you do,
Yeah.
which I totally understand. How would you describe like how have people been supportive in your life since you decided to do this? And like, I guess, and maybe some people, have you noticed some people maybe not? I feel like that
Yeah.
happens sometimes
Yeah.
too.
I feel like I got really, really lucky with like my friends that I've had like pre all of this. And like they've always said if like there was anyone that would be doing this, it would be you. And they've all been like the most supportive. I've like heard so many stories of the opposite. I think I just have like a good read on like who my people are too. So luckily the ones that have been with me through middle school and high school and college and past college have been so, so great.
Love that. Diving into like relationships also.
Yeah.
So I love like, can you do the story time about how you met your boyfriend? Because I think it's a fun
Yes.
one.
Yes. I mean, so he was obviously living in LA and I was in New York. And literally, we were both at our mutual friend's pregame in New York. Never seen him before, like, never seen him on Instagram or like heard about him. He like walks up to me and he literally was like, you have the best energy. Like, who are you? And I was just like, hey, Sydney, what's up? Hi. Like, this will never go anywhere. You live in LA. Cool, whatever. We had such a fun weekend and then was like, okay, like, see ya, whatever. Then he invited me and my friends out to LA because he was hosting like a Halloween party and it was super fun. And me and my girlfriends are like, oh, we'll just go to LA. Like, wasn't gonna go for him. And just ended up really like liking each other. It was super easy, like the whole time, like just felt super natural. And then a little bit later, we had the same friends that we met's birthday in Miami. So we all went down there and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to change my flight and let's do like a proper like first date." And I was like, "Okay." Did a proper first date and then literally didn't like leave each other's side, which is so unlike me because I feel like I get like sick of guys very easily, but for some reason he just like didn't bother me. And then after that trip in Miami, I was like, I have to go back to New York to work. I was like, but if you want to come back with me, and he was like, okay. And we like spent the next week together in New York, and I was like, okay. I was like, guess we're like, and then he like pretty much asked me to be his girlfriend by the end of that week. So it happened really fast, and again was so out of character for me to just be like, okay, this is my boyfriend, like I'm dating this guy, lives in LA, like kind of in the back of my mind I was like, I don't know if I even plan on ever moving to LA, but like we'll see where it goes. Yeah, now we're here.
I love though how you were set on like, I love New York and I love my life, and like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to move immediately for a man.
Yeah.
But I feel like, did you get a lot of like outside noise of people being like, how long are you staying distance?
For
Like,
sure. Yeah. I think like year one, people are like, okay, you're fine. You're long distance for a year. I feel like by year 2 and 3, everyone's like, you're crazy. Like, and I was just like, I am having so much fun in New York. We actually did long distance so well. Like, I think it was weirdly the best thing that could have ever happened to us. Like, we really, like, he's a director, so he has a very flexible schedule, which I think helps a lot.
yeah.
So he was able to be in LA a lot when he wasn't working. Or sorry, he was able to be in New York when he wasn't working.
Mhm.
Um, and just like communication, like we really just like had it down to a science. Like we would try and see each other every 2 weeks, which is crazy going back and forth, but we did it.
I love that. So then
Yeah.
when did the time come where you're like, it's time to move to LA?
It was kind of like how every New York is. It's like my lease is coming to an end. Like it's been now 3 years. So luckily, like when I got the okay from like work and everything, I was like, okay. I was like, I guess it's time. And I made the jump. And like even at that point, it's still scary because it's like moving to a new place and it's a new group, it's a new life. So we had to still like move in together and I wanted to like make sure that that was fine and still great.
And when you moved to LA, like, how did you meet people? Had you like spent a lot of time in LA before that? Well, you did because from the
Yeah, I
distance,
spent
but
a lot of time because of him,
yeah.
but before that, not really. Um, I was lucky that I feel like now all my friends are actually moving back to New York, so now it's sad. But at the time, a lot of my New York girls moved to LA around the same time. So that was super nice. And then a lot of them I like met through him or just like friends of friends or like have lived there in the past. So I feel like luckily I had a good group going. Now everyone's leaving me and moving back to New York, so it's sad, but it's okay.
And where are your go-to places in LA? Are you
Oh
a
my
West Side girl?
gosh.
Like
I'm a
what?
West Side girl. We love that. I love Sunset Tower, but I will say, like, my New York Sydney and my LA Sydney are very different. Like,
Yeah,
I really don't go out that much in LA. It's just, I don't know, it's just a different vibe. It's
yeah.
everything's far. It's not very easy to like pop around, especially when we're in West Side. Like, I think everything's in like West Hollywood, really, that goes on of like events or dinners and stuff like that. So, I cook a lot, go to Erewhon. But yeah,
What's
different
your
life.
Erewhon order?
Oh my gosh. I love the like steak there and then the buffalo cauliflower and then either like a salad or vegetable. It really is so good.
I know it's controversial, but I do think LA has like a much better coffee scene than New York.
Honestly, like they do, but it's very different. It feels
Yeah,
like LA is very just like trendy, healthy. I feel
yeah.
like I don't know. Where like New York, you could get like a really good like deli coffee or something. Like LA doesn't have
Well, I
that.
love how in LA everywhere is like the cold cream top, cold top,
Everything
whatever.
has a cream top.
But also it's like I'm dairy free. Like I'll have it with almond milk. And then they're like, well, the cream top's dairy. And
Yeah.
they're like, it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fine. Like
No,
they
that's
whisper.
that's literally me. I'm like, I don't eat dairy, but like obviously
Cream
I'll
top.
have like a cream top and like I'll have pizza, but like I'm so dairy free. I'm like 50% dairy free.
But everywhere it's like you'll get half non-dairy and then the
Yeah,
rest
yeah, yeah.
dairy.
It
But
like
I
doesn't
do
count when
like
it's
the
cream
coffee
top.
better there though. I don't know.
The coffee's really good there. It's different.
You travel like a ton for work. I feel like, are
So
you,
much.
do you have like a travel routine that kind of helps you now?
A little bit. I am a diamond on Delta, which is great. I have the Delta credit card. So that is huge with the upgrades. I feel like I just have everything like not like pre-packed, but like all of my electronics kind of like stay in one thing. And I feel like I'm like really good at like pre-planning my outfits. Like I literally love a notes app in my phone. It's my favorite app in all of the apps. But I'll like plan everything to a T. So like I'm going to Aspen actually this upcoming weekend, and it's like, all right, here are the days that we're going. This is everything that we're doing. Try it on, shoes, accessories, glasses, take a photo, pack it, and then like I don't have to think when I'm traveling.
What are the top places you've traveled to, like with a brand?
Ooh, there's been so many good ones. I feel like maybe my top favorites are with Reformation. We went to Ibiza and the south of France. And I feel like that was just like so great. The Ibiza one was my first brand trip ever. And I was like, this is the most wild thing ever. And I hope everything is like this.
Uh,
So I feel like those places were like so crazy and so fun. But I mean, every trip is so fun. Like it's so crazy that I'm like, oh, I'm going on this trip. It's like for work. I'm like, this is like, it's a dream.
and when you go on a trip, there's like different deliverables, right? Like sometimes you have to
It
post
really
a certain amount.
depends, honestly. Every brand is different of like what they require. Some like don't require anything at all. Like they're just like, hey, we like appreciate like all of your loyalty and your support. Like come on this trip. Obviously, if we're there, we're like, we're gonna be wearing the outfits, or if it's a skincare brand, using the brand and like posting about it. But yeah, everyone's so different.
Yeah. No, I love that. Is there, so you post a lot on like TikTok and Instagram, but is there a platform that you feel like most connected to your community? Because now obviously it's like getting so much
Yeah.
bigger, but in the beginning, did you feel like there were certain people you kind of knew that were like early on
Oh, for
followers?
sure. I also like wouldn't post on Instagram for so long. Like I was growing really rapidly on TikTok, but I would never like repost anything that I did on TikTok on Instagram because I was like, oh my God, like all these people from high school follow me, or like my
Yeah.
teachers. I don't know. It still does, but it feels like a like, different app, like completely different
Yeah.
app. So it took me a really long time to accept, like, okay, you could post on Instagram and like post something. I'm not posting everything. Like on TikTok, I feel like I'm just like, whatever thought I have in the world, which like maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I just like post on TikTok, but my Instagram's like a little bit more like curated.
Yeah. But you do a lot of, because I was thinking about it, like you have such, you really do have such great energy, like
Thank you.
honestly. And on Instagram or TikTok, it's hard to like immediately tell that. But I was obviously, doing research
Yeah,
pre-show,
love.
and
Yep.
I was thinking, I was like, but I do feel like there's like a reason people feel your community vibe, and I can't figure out like where that is. And I remembered you do so many TikTok like live. Is that what it's called?
Lives,
TikTok
yeah,
live.
lives.
Uh,
It's like truly my favorite thing in the entire world. It really just started because, again, I don't really go out that much in LA, and I love to cook. And like my boyfriend's traveling a lot too. So my favorite thing ever is to go on TikTok live and like cook and like just hang out with all my friends. Like I feel like they're literally all my friends. And like then we eat together, we do dishes together. Like it really is great. I do that, and then I clean out my closet a lot on live because they're like very honest with me, like them, and like sometimes too honest, where I would be like, oh my God, I love this top, and like all of the comments are like, you gotta like get rid of that, and I was like, okay. It's like, if you guys say so. So it's really fun. I feel like that definitely helps build community.
yeah.
It's hard when I'm like traveling so much and I don't get to do it as much, but like it's my favorite thing.
Yeah. So how do you feel like you build community? It's really like, do you feel like the TikTok live has helped a lot with that?
I think just like being consistent. I think it's like, I'm posting pretty much every day. And I think it really was the start of TikTok because I think TikTok really shows my personality more than my Instagram. So I think maybe people are coming to my Instagram from my TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I love that. I think, well, also when you go through your closet, right, and clean it out, how do you manage like all these items?
It's too much, honestly. It's obviously in LA, I'm so grateful because I have more space than I could
Yeah.
in New York, but I just like have way too many clothes. So a lot of donations, a lot of like selling things at the Real Real, or it's it's complicated.
I'm sure your friends always want to like go in your
Always.
closet.
And I'm like, take whatever you want, anything. My rule is because I don't buy any more hangers, so I don't have any more hangers. So if I'm putting something in, something has to come out.
Wait, I love that rule.
Yeah.
That's
It's not that fun because like sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to take something out of my closet, but I'm like, then like this shirt that I just got is like going to be sitting on the bench and like that's going to bother me.
Well, I guess you can always fold more things.
Yeah, true. Don't tell me that.
A completely different tangent, but um I remember you said a long time ago that you have like like that you go to this lady in Boca that's like a healer or
Oh my God, I
something.
love her. Yes.
Can you talk about that? I'm so curious. Well, because also I'm like kind of sick today, and I
Yeah.
was just talking to him. I'm like, he's like, you should go somebody natural, and then I was like, oh my God, I have to ask Sydney.
Wait, okay, yes. So it's gonna sound crazy if you don't like woo-woo stuff, then like maybe skip this part. But I love that kind of stuff. Like I love all the natural everything. And me and my mom's the one that's been going there forever. It's called a Biomeridian and it's in Boca. You could also send hair, so like DM me if I'll give you the whole rundown if you like want to go to her. But pretty much you go and it's this like magical machine. I'm gonna sound so crazy. It's this magical machine and you like hold on to like something. It's like painless, like it's not like anything crazy. And there's like a pen that she uses and pretty much it will read what you're like low in and it's just like more accurate than a blood test because like sometimes blood tests will come back and be like, yeah, you're like low in iron, but like it's fine, it's not that bad. Where like then the craziest part about this is like, okay, let's say you're low in iron, which I am. There's like 100 million different iron pills out there. So like which one goes with your body? So she'll put the vitamin, the specific iron brand vitamin, whatever, on the machine and then retest you. And she'll be like, okay, that one actually doesn't go with your body. Or like you need 2 of these instead of 1, like it says. So it's magic. It works. I love her. And it sounds crazy, but like it really does make me feel better.
Well, at least in LA, you have access to all these like woo-woo
That's
things. Do you do
true.
anything hippy dippy there?
Honestly, like acupuncture, love acupuncture. I did that here, but I should do more of it. I'm gonna do a head spa when I get back.
I went to this Chinese herbalist in New York,
Love.
and it was
Oh, I
actually
think I've seen it on
worked.
TikTok.
I
I know
know,
exactly what you're talking
and
about.
I actually think it
Don't they like look
worked.
at your tongue or
Yes.
something? Okay, yeah. I've seen it on
Zero
TikTok. I
English.
really
They look at your tongue. They
what
just
did
give
they
you a buzz. I
say?
have no idea what they said.
Perfect.
Then I took the paper and I put it in ChatGPT, and I was like, "What does this form say?"
Yeah.
But then you go downstairs and they just start like sorting all these things,
Oh
and
my
they hand you
God.
these teas for 14 days, and I actually feel
Did
like
you
it
do
worked.
it?
Yeah,
Wow. I need to come back and go to them.
yeah. I can't remember the name of it.
Or you'd search on TikTok,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
just search
Yeah.
on TikTok. But it was really good. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to do more of those things. I like sound baths, but I
Oh,
don't know where
yeah.
to go for that here.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in LA. I
Yeah.
don't really go to those that
Puts me
often,
to
but
sleep.
that's the thing. I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap. But honestly, a lot of my friends go and they like really, really love it. So maybe I should start.
Yeah. Like family dynamics a little
Yeah.
bit. Like, so I feel like you have some good videos with your, obviously a lot with your mom, but some with your sister too.
Yes.
And how would you describe like how their fashion influences you?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I feel like my mom, ever since I was young, was like such a fashionable like girl. Literally, we would like sit in her closet for hours and like try on things and like just experiment with everything. And I feel like that's where I kind of got my love of fashion really from her. And then I feel like kind of just the same with my sister. Her sister was same with me, but that my mom, it was like my inspiration. And my
Yeah.
sister also always has some good pieces. So she'll help me find some unique things, but definitely my mom is my fashionista and I always am stealing things from her closet.
And she must just be so proud all the time about what you're
Oh
doing,
my
right?
God,
Because
she
she
loves
loves
it.
fashion.
Yes. And honestly, like she gets recognized. Like some
Really?
people will go up to her and be like, you're Sydney Silverman's mom. Or there's been a time where someone's like, oh, I recognize you from TikTok. And she was like, oh, like my daughter or whatever. And they like had no idea who I was, but they were like, no, we love you. And I was
Aw.
like, that's amazing. I was like, I would love her to start her own TikTok, but I think she'll just join mine for now.
When you get dressed though, like every day, how do you decide like what kind of pieces to put on?
Every day is so different. Sometimes I'll try and just like start with like either if I want, I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh, I want to wear this pant or something, and I'll like work my outfit around that. But it really is just like a randomized, like go in there, see what I pull out and see what I can put together. I don't really plan any of like my day-to-day outfits, more of just like trips, or if I have like an exciting event, then I'll plan that. But the day-to-day stuff is just like whatever comes out.
Do you have any favorite follows for fashion? Like anybody whose style you look up
Oh,
to?
honestly, like I feel like all my girlfriends that are like influencers in fashion, like I feel like we all have such fun taste, and I feel like like it's so fun getting to see like my friends in the space and like
Yeah.
what they're putting on. So I feel like just like inspo everywhere, a lot of interest, a lot of inspo from Pinterest. I love that, or just like saving things that I see on TikTok.
And so let's say somebody who's listening wants to go shop like your style. Obviously on Shop My probably,
Yes,
but
love Shop My.
where what if you were to give them like store recommendations if they were shopping in real life
Yeah.
or like some brands that you love online?
Yeah, I feel like Frankie Shop has been like a big one for me right now. Like I love their pieces. Um, I love like Naked Vice too. I feel like I've been wearing, I think this is that. But I've been wearing a lot of that. Also, I'm a huge Real and Vestiaire girl. I like love to search. Like I feel like sometimes that's like my Instagram of just like every day I'll go through and see what's new. So I feel like that's a fun way to kind of add really good pieces into your closet.
What's your science though behind like I feel like the Real is almost like the Zara app where I'm so overwhelmed.
I
I don't know where to
know.
start. How do
You
you
like always have to put your size in. So like
uh
that like cuts out a lot of things.
uh
Um it- maybe just like be as frequent as it is as I am. Sometimes I'll do like there's also other categories in there where you could narrow
yeah.
it down to like editor's pick or vintage finds or like things with tags. So I kind of like to like go through all of those and just like see what I find, but I probably just scroll it like once a day, which is pretty bad and not great for my bank account, but you do find really good things in there.
What's your best the Real find?
Oh my gosh. I have a lot, but I think if I had to pick one,
Yeah.
there was these like red Chanel loafers that I've never seen ever before. And they were like $200, which is crazy. I took them to the shoemaker and got them like fixed up a little bit, but like the price and like how beautiful and unique they are, I was very excited about. Oh, and I also just got this I posted on my TikTok. I got this like cheetah, I forget what the brand was. It was like this cheetah bag. It's really cool, but also like great prices.
Yeah, I feel like in person though the prices are a lot different than online, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't shop in person as much because I do agree. I feel like the prices aren't as good as online. I think it's still
Yeah.
fun to go to and like see what's there, but I feel like you get more of like really hidden gems in there.
Yeah. I like for people to learn a little bit more about you
Yeah.
as well. So maybe just things that are like outside of influencing. So maybe you lived in New York for a long time. Obviously, then you started dating your boyfriend, but
Yeah.
I guess maybe before that, like when you were in your 20s living in New York, maybe advice for girls that are like, living in New York in their
Yeah.
20s, dating,
Definitely.
career. Like I feel like a lot of people
Yeah.
look up to you for that. So maybe
Yeah. No, I
some
love
advice in
that.
that area.
I feel like in my early 20s when I moved to New York, I was a very much of a yes girl. I feel like I really wanted to like take every opportunity that New York could give me. I feel like it's a little bit overwhelming at times, but I also think I made some of my best friends and connections just of like going out or like even reaching out to people you're not super close with and like meeting their group of friends, or then you go to this place. It's like you really never know what a night can bring, and or like really cool opportunities that you're like, okay, this is a little scary. Like I have to go alone to this. Like be okay with like doing it by yourself if you need to, and just like really putting yourself out there. It's going to be super uncomfortable and like super scary a lot of the times, but it really does pay off. And even now, I'll still do things like sometimes I'll have to like go to an event by myself where I won't know anyone, and I'll be like, like coming back, I'm like, that was the best thing that I could have done. Like, I really met so many amazing people, and now I work with them on this. So just like saying hi and like, being friendly and, going to the thing and like starting a conversation with someone that you never know.
Yeah. I love that. Um, some like quick, like hot takes.
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
New York or LA?
Oh my God, it's so hard. Okay. I'll say LA for my day and New York for night.
Okay, love that. Pio Pio or Taco Bell?
Oh my God.
I know.
It's like literally the hardest question you could ever ask. Wow. Okay, I'm going to say Taco Bell.
Wow.
I love it so much, but like
They actually need a Sydney Silverman crunch wrap or
no,
something,
like
right?
please Taco Bell if you're listening to this. You're like I'm your biggest fan.
I actually see that happening in 2026.
We're gonna manifest that for me.
What's your order at Pio Pio?
Oh my God, same order every time. It's
Yeah.
incredible. Obviously, you have to get the chicken
Uh-huh.
and you have to get like 20 of the green sauces, 20 of the garlic sauces. And then I get the rice. And then the house salad is like so good. And it sounds so weird, but it's like the most simple, amazing thing in the entire world. And like my mouth is literally watering thinking about it. Maybe I'll get that for dinner tonight now that I think about it. But you just like can't go wrong with anything there. I literally had my going away / birthday party at Pio Pio.
Wait, I love that.
Yeah, like that's how dedicated I am. But like those two are really hard. I'll pick Taco Bell, but like I love my chicken.
Did you see they're like opening Goop Kitchen in New York?
No
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
Wow, it's good. I get it often.
And they just
honestly.
announced opening Waken. What's it called? Waken.
Oh, Waken Lake.
Yeah.
See that one's a really good one. It really is like the best breakfast burritos.
And they just opened Croft Alley.
Croft
It's like,
Alley.
we
I
haven't
know.
been- Yeah. Hey,
I
what
know.
is
I'm
going
like
on?
not taking all of our spots.
And it's weird because obviously everybody's so excited about that, but I'm like, oh, I like when it's like a niche place. I
I
can only get it in one
know.
place.
It makes it like a little bit not as fun, but I'm glad you guys get it now.
Is there any like brand or person like that would be like a dream person to collaborate or work with in any shape or form in
Yeah.
2026?
I feel like Ralph Lauren maybe comes to mind. Like I'm their biggest fan and my mom has worn them, I feel like, forever. And it's such like an incredible, incredible brand. I feel like very on brand to like me and my style. So I think that'd be a fun one.
Yeah. And maybe for people that are just finding out about you on here, which I don't know how they would, but if they were like, what would you describe? Like if somebody was to come to your page, like what are they going to get from you? Like,
Yeah. I feel like you're going to get a lot of style inspiration, but I think also just like learning about who I am and my personality and like getting to see me prank my boyfriend a lot, which is really funny because we love doing
that hinge fun you posted
Oh my God, it
is
was
so funny.
good. If you guys know the trend that was like you pretend that you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah's on Hinge. My boyfriend's so sweet, such a green flag, like could not like understand that I was trying to tell him that I'm on Hinge when I wasn't. It was part of the prank. Went on for so long of me like yelling at him, being like, I'm on the app, I'm on Hinge, I'm on the app. And he was like, I know. He's like, my friend can't be on Hinge. My friend can't be on Hinge. And I was like, oh my God. I was like,
he's like, it's fine if you are, but my friends.
Yeah. He's like, you're fine. Be on the app, sure. But like, my friend's definitely not. I'm like, cool. That was a good one. So yeah, maybe that. A lot of travel. I love to travel. I love sharing my recommendations for that. Beauty, lifestyle, hair.
Do you have any exciting trips coming up?
Yes, actually, my boyfriend's film just got into South by.
Oh my God.
So we're so excited. We're gonna go to Austin for that. Do the whole please. Yeah. I need everything. So yeah, we're gonna walk the red carpet, watch the film. It's really exciting. I'm so excited. Gonna be in my WAG era for films.
Wait, so he's like very creative.
So creative. So creative.
But you guys are like in similar industries, but so different.
Yeah.
So do you guys ever talk like about?
Honestly, yeah. Like when I ever get him to like edit my content, it's like so good. And he teaches me a lot, even though I don't like to give him that much credit. But he's really, really good. And like his mind works in a very different way in terms of like commercials and like how the camera angle should be. But yeah, he's my best videographer when I could get him.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, well, thanks so much for coming on. Where can everybody find you?
On Instagram, TikTok, it's just Sydney Silverman, so not too hard.
All right, well, thanks so much.
Thank you.